My parents didn't notice I moved states, now dad's demanding a visit or he'll cut off my college funds. But I graduated a year ago and make 10x his income. Hey everyone. Before we kick off today's video, I've got a favor to ask. We've noticed our channel isn't getting as much love lately, and subscribing is one of the easiest ways you can help us out. It's quick, free, and it means we can keep bringing you awesome content. Your support really means a lot, so let's work together to keep this channel growing. Thanks a bunch. Now, let's dive into the video. Hey, I'm Jonas, and if you haven't caught on yet, my family is a little messed up. Actually, they're a lot messed up. Growing up, I was that kid in the family who always got the short end of the stick with my dad. He was totally obsessed with my brother, Roman. So when I got accepted into this super fancy college, you'd think my dad might finally be proud, right? Nope. He straight up told me, guess what? You've got to go to the local college because we don't want Roman getting jealous. Can you believe that? But here's the kicker, I played along. I told my dad, sure thing, I'll go to the local college, but I want to stay in the dorms. Spoiler alert, I was lying. I actually went to the fancy college on a scholarship they had no clue about. And when my dad finds out, it's gonna be wild. What would you do if the family that barely noticed you for years suddenly wanted you to pretend everything's cool for one day? Awkward, right? That's pretty much how it always is with my family. Let me take you back to the beginning. My parents, Patrick and Marin, have always been pretty biased. Roman was the cute and healthy baby who everyone adored, while I was the skinny, average-looking kid nobody paid much attention to. But should parents really let that stuff get to them? Apparently, mine did. Roman became their star child, the one who got all the praise and attention. Growing up, I was like background noise. My achievements were brushed off, while Roman grew up spoiled, turning into a complete brat. He even bullied me, can you imagine? My little brother made it his mission to ruin my life, and my parents just enabled it. Roman got all the toys, all the attention, and all the praise, while I was lucky to get the bare minimum. I remember getting straight A's in 3rd grade, thinking I'd finally get some recognition. But nope, my mom just said, that's good, and kept talking about Roman's latest drawing. It was tough being ignored like that. Roman got to call all the shots, from where we went on vacation to what we had for dinner. He was like a king, and I was just a servant. So when I finally got the chance to escape to that prestigious college with a scholarship, it was like a dream come true. But of course, my parents tried to hold me back, all for the sake of Roman's feelings. So, picture this, my dream college was just a few states away, but of course, my parents had to weigh in as usual. They said I should go to the local college because, apparently, it was a better option. Their real reason? Roman, my not so academically gifted brother. They felt it would be unfair for him if I got to attend a prestigious college. Like, seriously? It wasn't my fault he didn't put in the same effort I did. But for whatever reason, they insisted I stay local as if my success would overshadow Roman's status as their favorite. But I wasn't about to let their nonsense stop me. I negotiated staying in the dorms at the local college, which they happily agreed to, thinking they'd convinced me. Little did they know, I'd already grabbed a scholarship and moved states away to the college of my dreams. The best part? My course only took 2 years there, compared to 4 at the local college, so I ended up graduating much sooner than they anticipated. Fast forward, and I landed a job with a 6-figure salary right out of college, with a promotion on the horizon. I covered my expenses with the scholarship and the money my dad sent, thinking it was for local college fees. I know, not the most honest thing, but it felt like payback for the years of crap I put up with. I've been keeping minimal contact with my family, just enough to keep suspicions low. Honestly, they don't seem to mind much, probably because they have their golden child. I have mixed feelings, though. It stings that my parents don't realize I'm living states away and don't care enough to check in. But the peace from their absence is nice. Sure, I miss having a family that genuinely cares, but that seemed impossible to find until recently. This morning, my dad called. Roman is getting married, and they want me to help with the preparations. I was floored. For once, it seemed like they wanted me around. It was emotional hearing my dad refer to me as part of the family, but the past is hard to forget. Do I really want to go back and risk being ignored like before? I'm stuck and would love to know what you'd do if you were in my shoes. Man, I've been in a real bind lately. I genuinely miss that family vibe, you know? It would be awesome if they actually cared about me for once. But the thought of going back, only to have my expectations crushed yet again, is haunting me. So here I am, stuck wondering whether I should go to my brother Roman's wedding just for the sake of family, Or if I should stick to my guns and keep my distance to avoid getting hurt again. I've been mulling this over for 2 days now, weighing my options. In the end, I decided to prioritize my peace of mind, even if some folks might disagree with my choice. I turned down my dad's invite to Roman's wedding, and honestly, it feels like the best decision ever. Spoiler alert, my parents haven't changed a bit, and I don't think they ever will. So let me catch you up. After thinking it through, I texted my dad, just keeping it simple and straight to the point. I wasn't coming. No lengthy excuses, just the truth. I expected a bit of backlash but wasn't ready for the manipulation that kicked in almost instantly. Within an hour, my phone was lighting up with texts nonstop. First, my mom tried the guilt trip. She wondered if I really wanted to miss Roman's big day and be that brother who disappoints. She laid it on thick about how much it would mean to Roman if his older brother showed up. She even pulled out the classic "you only get one family" line. But here's the kicker, Roman's wedding didn't mean much to me because he never cared about my important days, not once. And sure, you only get one family, but that doesn't mean you have to stick around if they treat you poorly. I told my mom the same, sorry, not coming. When the guilt tripping didn't work, my dad stepped in with his own dramatic moves. He started off cool, suggesting family should stick together for events like this. When I didn't give in, he went low. He called and threatened to stop paying my college fees if I skipped Roman's wedding. He claimed he couldn't handle the gossip about their missing son at such an event. It was all about appearances, as usual, not about me or Roman, just how we looked to others. At that point, I'd had enough. Imagine threatening to cut off my college funds just to get me to a wedding. It was laughable, especially since I didn't care about the money. So I called his bluff. I told him to go ahead and stop the payments. I wasn't coming, end of story. I hadn't even told them I graduated a year ago and was living far away with a great job. I didn't want them in my new life yet because I knew they'd mess it up. Though I know I'll have to spill the beans eventually, I'm enjoying the secrecy for now. My dad's threats only made him angrier when I stayed firm. He went off about how ungrateful I was, how difficult I'd always been, and even threatened to withdraw my name from the local college, like that would really faze me. Little did he know, I've never even set foot on that campus. Honestly, I can't help but laugh. I could have told him I was never enrolled there, but where's the fun in that? So now I'm just waiting for him to try to pull my name from a college I never went to. I can't wait to see his face when it hits him that I don't need him or his money anymore. It's gonna be priceless, and I'm sure my phone will be blowing up with another round of angry rants soon. I'll keep you all posted on how this drama unfolds. Till then, catch you later. Oh hey, it's Jonas again. I know it's been only a day since my last update, but my life's drama is like a never-ending soap opera, it just got crazier. After my last post, I had a hunch my dad wouldn't take my refusal to attend Roman's wedding lightly, and surprise, surprise, I was right. It all kicked off this morning with a phone call from him, and man, was he mad. He didn't waste a second before grilling me about where I've been hiding all this time. So here's the deal, my dad lost it when he realized I wasn't using the money he sent for my college fees as he expected. Imagine a kid throwing a fit over not getting a toy, but it was my dad instead. Apparently, after our last chat, he actually went to my college to pull my enrollment as a lesson. But plot twist, the college had no record of me. I mean, he thought that yanking me out of school would get me to attend Roman's wedding. Yeah, definitely not. Anyway, he's at the college, trying to make this grand gesture, and bam! No Jonas on the list. I bet it was quite a facepalm moment for him. When he came at me, all annoyed, asking where I was and what I was doing with the money for the last 3 months, it was so absurd I couldn't help but chuckle. After he blew off some steam, I set the record straight. I graduated a year ago on a scholarship, and the cash he'd been sending helped big time. Then, the kicker, I'm now pulling in a 6-figure salary. His reaction was classic, pretty much a mix of disbelief and disappointment. He accused me of betrayal for keeping them in the dark, ranted about all he'd done for me, and then tried to make a deal. If I showed up at Roman's wedding to keep up appearances, all would be forgiven. Seriously? He was more concerned about family gossip than anything else. I told him I didn't need his forgiveness and had no interest in being part of their facade. He seemed pretty desperate, but I wasn't budging. There was no way I was going to celebrate the guy who made my childhood miserable. I told Dad I was done with the drama and was cutting ties for good. He was shocked, but I had been quiet long enough. I told him I didn't want any of them to reach out again and that they could enjoy their precious son's wedding without me. I blocked his number after that. Finally, I felt a weird mix of relief and sadness but knew it was the right move. I've officially stepped away from the family chaos. Maybe now I can focus on my own life and, Who knows, maybe have a family of my own someday. Fast forward a month, and I thought everything was behind me. But surprise, surprise, I get a call from an unknown number. It's my mom, crying her eyes out. I thought something serious might have happened, so I didn't hang up immediately. But no, nothing drastic, just her saying how much she misses me. So, my mom called out of the blue, going on about how she just wanted her son back. She said she didn't care about the stuff me and dad did, none of that mattered. She just wanted me back in the family. But I was thinking, where was all this love and energy before? When I told them I was cutting them off, they didn't seem to give a damn, and now suddenly she wants to fix things. Something felt off, so I hung up, telling her I'd talk later. I felt like something was fishy, so I reached out to my aunt, who's my mom's sister, to get the scoop. And boy, did she spill the tea. Apparently, Roman's wedding was a total disaster, like, a serious train wreck. His supposedly perfect fiancée turned out to be a total scam artist. Before the wedding, she convinced Roman, my parents, and a bunch of family members to drop all their savings into this shady once-in-a-lifetime investment. Surprise, surprise, it was a complete fraud. She took off with the money, leaving everyone high and dry. There wasn't even a wedding. But wait, there's more. My aunt told me dad was in more trouble than I'd thought. He apparently caused a scene with an employee and their family, which resulted in a massive loss for his already struggling business. That's when it all clicked for me. My parents' desperation to get me to the wedding was all about saving face. They wanted to show off their perfect family and values, but it backfired. The whole Roman fiancé fiasco just made things worse for them. To top it all off, they put their house up as collateral for a loan to save the business, but that plan blew up, too. Now they're about to lose their home and have to move into some rundown place because that's all they can afford. Everything became crystal clear. Mom wasn't reaching out because she missed me. It was because they were in a bind and saw me as a safety net. They knew I was doing well and saw me as their last hope. But I wasn't about to play that game. No way was I getting sucked back into their mess, especially now that I saw the full picture. I mean, they never really cared about me because they were too busy with Roman and his needs. And now get this, my parents are fighting with Roman, blaming him for everything, the wedding fiasco and all the money they lost. It's kind of ironic, actually. The golden child they pampered is the one who messed everything up. Not gonna lie, I got a bit of satisfaction from them finally seeing the mess they've created. Anyway, I'm steering clear of the drama. After Mom's call, I blocked her again. I'm not letting her manipulate me emotionally. But of course, my parents didn't stop trying to reach out. Their desperation was obvious. They showed up at my house. I have no clue how they even got my address, probably hassled some of my old friends. But anyway, they started talking about family values and how, as their eldest son, I was their responsibility. Now, they were claiming I was somehow responsible for them. I slammed the door in their faces, and they begged me for help, saying they were broke and spent their last bit of savings to fly out and see me. That's rough, but I wasn't going to help. Then, if you can believe it, a few days later, Roman showed up at my doorstep, literally crying and begging for help. He started talking about missing his big brother. Big brother? All I remembered was him bullying me. I told him as much, but he kept pleading, saying Mom and Dad were about to cut him off too. It was pointless. Roman got the same treatment as my parents, the door slammed in his face. I warned him that if any of them showed up again, I'd call the cops. Since then, I haven't heard a peep from any of them, and honestly, I don't care. I'm done with this toxic family. Sure, it sucks that things got to this point, and there's always going to be a hole in my life because of it, but I'm not putting up with their crap anymore, just for the sake of family.